fantastic.
You all
So
videoing already while I was rearranging my underwear? Thanks for that. That's lovely.
I missed it. Could you do it again?
I could, yeah.
What was the weekend like?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's nice to see so many people who already care about this show. It hasn't aired yet, you know what I mean? Like, it's so having so many people who are so behind it is really quite wonderful.
The fan response, even from day one of shooting, even before we started shooting, has been incredible. From the time we were announced, there's been so much support on social media and otherwise, and it's so nice to be a part of the project because people are excited about it. Can't wait to see even before they've really seen anything.
Because you're coming in from a great book series.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think is really getting the fans invested in the show right now, even before it
I think there's so many elements to it in that, as you were saying, the books were a big deal. On top of that, there was the movie. So this is the third kind of installment, as it were, of this world, and we're reimagining it. We're not reinventing the wheel because Cassie kind of started that, but we are doing it our own way for the first time. It's not in any way related to the movie. The books are kind of our guideline, but not the scripture. We don't follow them necessarily exactly as they need to. So I think that's why it's exciting, is because if we were using the books as scripts, everyone would know exactly what happens and when it happens and why it happens and who Jace was and who Clary is, and who the characters are and their relationships. And because we're not doing that, I think it's more exciting. For me, it's more exciting. I think it's more interesting, and people are more enthralled by this world because it is different. We're doing it differently. We're doing something new.
Well, and because people are already somewhat familiar with the world, we have the opportunity to expand on it and change a few things and make our own incarnation and make our own interpretation of what already exists.
How closely along to the books do you think it follows your character? Both of your characters.
The characters are the same. The characters are very, very similar. Because the breakdowns we get as actors, they're pretty much straight from the books. You know, Jace is sarcastic and arrogant. He also has a sensitive side, but it's all covered in the books. So the characters are very similar. But as far as the story goes, if you imagine the books being the skeleton and the TV show being the rest of the body, that's kind of how we've done it, and that's the best way of me explaining it, I think.
We stay true to the characters. We still get from roughly point A to point B, but the way we do that kind of takes a new journey and takes a new interpretation, and we bring in some other favorite elements from other stories and other passing other worlds and interpretations.
Well, what's great is a lot of times these things are just movies, and that's it.
Right.
Like, I have a 12-year-old son, so I'm looking forward to years of this because I want more.
That's one advantage
You
we
blaming your
have.
son for that? No, I have a son. I swear to God, that's why I'm here. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to meet you. You signed this, yeah.
No, it's something we could watch together, and it's not just a one-time thing.
That's one advantage we have with this being a television series. Is we have the time to really go in depth into these worlds and go in depth into the story and these characters and their backstories.
Especially in a world where it's funny that we're separating the two worlds, because this world could absolutely exist in modern day New York right now. There could be Shadowhunters out there doing something we can't see them. So
I heard there are.
Exactly.
So,
but I think in a story where the main tagline is all the legends are true, there is simply not enough time to deal with all of the complexities of that in, let's say, just a movie. I think there's too much to cover in that, so it's wonderful that we have a series to do that, because we had, even just season 1, we had 13 episodes to cover Jace, Clary, Magnus, Alec, all of the intertwining relationships, the umpteenth love triangles that are going on, like all of the different things. We have the ability and the time and the real estate to cover that.
And not only the relationships, but vampires, werewolves, sealies, wordbots, shadowhunters, demons.
They're all in there. They're all in there.
All there. All the legends are.
Did you finish filming?
We did, yeah. She finished yesterday. I finished on Thursday.
Alberto and I finished the last scene and went straight to the airport with all these guys.
So when do you start filming season 2?
Hopefully soon.
They didn't say anything?
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah.
Because we know it's going to get picked up.
We don't know anything yet.
We don't know anything yet.
They
don't tell us anything. We're just paid to read words. That's our job.
Well, what's been your favorite part about transforming into your characters?
For me, there's like, because I'm just like a little lad from southeast England, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me, there's a huge transformation into this, not only arrogant, sarcastic, confident human Shadowhunter, but also someone who is at the absolute peak of their game. Like he's respected in this world because he's so talented and so enigmatic that he is like really kind of idolized at this point. So for me, that was kind of a big thing for it. That and it plays into the confidence a little bit, but it's nice that I can explore a character who truly isn't who I am, like in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even a human anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm a completely different being, completely different entity.
Yeah. What's nice is that all of these characters are so rich. I mean, Clary is one of the richest and most complex characters I've ever played. She's got this strength and vulnerability and this huge journey, this huge transformation that she goes on as well. And we barely even get into it in the first season of it. I mean, there's a lot that happens, but I feel like we've just reached the tip of the iceberg with Clary and with all of the characters. It'll be exciting to see where they go from here if we get that opportunity. Last question.
What do you think that fans who, I guess, maybe haven't read the books before, why should they tune into the show? What are they going to love about the show?
There's so much to this show. There's really something for everyone. I mean, we have the drama, we have suspense, we have horror elements, romance, comedy,
action.
Action.
Like it's interesting.
There's something for everyone.
Like because we're part of such a kind of ensemble cast, there are like 7 leads in this show, as it were, and each one of us comes from a different place in the world, and we have a different background and with different ages, and there's not one of us who would be able to turn around and say I wouldn't like. There's not something that they could pick out and say I would watch this show because of this. You know what I mean? There's always something, even if it's like the realism of it. Simon Alberto plays Simon, who's he's a human. He's a human who's brought into this world. So whatever it is that you enjoy in a TV show, I'm fairly confident that we have it.
We have it in some shape or form, and as Dom was saying, we are all completely different. It's such a diverse cast, and I think that shows on screen, but even off screen, we've had a lot of fun learning from each other and about each other and getting to know each other and becoming a real family. And that's been a real benefit.
We're so excited to see it.
Thank you.
so much
We're
for being
excited
here.
to watch.
Thank you.
Thanks.